Optimist on Tour literally brings water sports to children's doorsteps. The Dutch Water Sport Association makes sailing, canoeing, stand-up paddling and windsurfing easily accessible for all children in the Netherlands. Optimist on Tour water sport activities are accessible for everyone, regardless of physical disabilities or financial means. Optimist on Tour creates a new generation who is excited about water sports and gives promise of new talent, because the talents of today are heroes of the future. Optimist on Tour is a free water sport experience, travelling through the Netherlands from April until October. Optimist on Tour is organised by the Dutch Water Sport Association, sailing clubs and sailing schools.
Hier beginnen ze en bij jullie maken ze het dan af.
Inderdaad, we hopen dat ze hier inderdaad kennis maken met het watersport, met het zeilen. En dat ze dan eigenlijk heel erg geenthousiasmeerd worden. En dan bij ons vervolgens terugkomen eigenlijk in Kralingen, om op de Kralingse plas nog beter te leren zeilen en ook eigenlijk misschien wel een topper te worden.
The Optimist on Tour programme offers children a safe and playful first experience with water sport activities. The Optimist on Tour programme is highly educational in character, like our water laboratory, where children practice all kinds of scientific experiments related to water.
Als je leert zeilen, dan moet je natuurlijk ook weten hoe het werkt. Dus hoe een bootje naar voren gaat, daar hebben we een proefje over. En waarom een boot blijft drijven bijvoorbeeld, of waarom een boei op zee drijft. En leren we ook waarom het wel fijn is als het water schoon is. Want als je daarin valt, vanuit je boot of vanuit je kano, dan wil je toch ook wel weten hoe het werkt. Goedemorgen!
Goedemorgen! Half of all the primary schools that participate in the Optimist on Tour programme receive a free, theory-based in-class lesson by a certified instructor.
Trek je hem aan en dan heb je hem afgeknoopt.
With special worksheets, instruction videos and the Otter workbook, kids prepare themselves for participating in the Optimist on Tour water sport activities.
Ja, en toen kwamen ze hier en ja, ze wilden het liefst meteen het water op, maar ja, het was nog even instructie herhalen.
Schiet!
Schiet! Ik geniet ook als ik hier naar die kinderen kijk.
Het leukste vond ik denk ik wel het zeilen, want het was zo cool dat je mocht sturen met die schoten en zo en al die dingen vond ik wel leuk.
Children who love watersporting activities can join the Otter Club, the biggest watersporting club full of watersporting events for children. As an Otter Club member, children receive the Otter book for free. They receive watersporting news and activities via the Otter mail, and they undertake several fun activities with other Otter Club members, and are invited for other activities in their region, like the Optimist on Tour swimming pool edition and the Optimist on Tour sailing camps. Since Optimist on Tour started in 2014, over 50,000 children have participated in the Optimist on Tour programme. 17,000 of those children have registered for Otter Club membership. Over time, Optimist on Tour has become so popular that dozens of city councils have offered financial support in order to organise the Optimist on Tour in their city. Thanks to that financial support, Optimist on Tour has been able to dock at over 50 locations in the Netherlands. An excellent result. Out of the 50,000 children who participated in the Optimist on Tour programme, over 13% have registered at one of the 60 local water sport clubs and boating schools. Children are able to enjoy a free tryout lesson there. Within 4 years, Optimist on Tour has developed into a strong household brand, attracting both regional and national media attention, from local newspapers to radio commercials and even a TV series. Our top sailors from the Dutch national team all started sailing in an Optimist. During the Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, they obtained impressive results. Together, we strive for gold. That's why the Dutch national team works together with instructors to teach children tips and tricks, both off and online. Together, we discover new talents, because the talents of today will be our heroes of tomorrow.